Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Cougar TV. I'm Andrew Overley.
And I'm Janina Kino. As many of you know, we are happy to always put up advertisements for clubs and classes on our show, yet requesting them has been a little more complicated than we'd like.
So we decided to make it easier. There is now a form that will allow you to request a video. Here's Lance to show you how it works. Hey you! Have you ever thought of requesting a video from Cougar TV?
Of course, but I don't know how to.
We will show you how.
Aw, sweet.
So you'll want to go to Coronado's homepage. Then direct yourself to Mr. Phillipson's website. Then it is highlighted in blue on the right side of his page. All that is left to do is fill out the questionnaire and submit. Now you know how to get your class or club featured on Cougar TV.
Aw, sweet.
Well, we hope to be seeing more video requests coming in. Spread the news of your class or club through us.
With the new semester comes change in the building. One recent change was about the rules in the parking lot during lunch.
The rule forbids students from eating in their cars during lunch and has got a lot of people talking. We spoke with Assistant Principal Mr. Dubois about the causes that spurred this change.
Well, what we found out was that we had a number of students that were loitering in the parking lot from time to time, and we felt that there was some reason for concern. So what we decided to do is have a rule that said to students they could no longer just hang out in the parking lot for lunch, or during that time primarily. The causes would stem from, in the past, some students bringing things onto campus and hiding them in their cars. It could be, drug paraphernalia that's been there. Maybe we've had alcohol incidents in the parking lot in the past. Overall, it's a real safety concern. And we just want to make sure that we can keep our students safe.
I think for some kids it's like less convenient, but I think for like school security, it's more convenient mostly because of like kids using drugs like in their car, and it's hard to surveil out here. And if they get in trouble, then because they can't surveil the parking lot, then that's a problem for them.
Well, the rule's being enforced right now that during lunch we'll have security that can, monitor. You can go through and kind of patrol it. We'll probably start having a security person up at the football field to kind of keep an eye, because we do know that students are going to be going back and forth. And usually the first and last 10 minutes, we know that we're not trying to say you got to get out to your car and leave immediately. We know it takes a little bit of time. What we're really trying to do is prevent any of the students that are just out there hanging out and just doing things that maybe not the best decisions either.
I don't really like it because the cafeteria is always really packed and there's no one here. Like, there's not a lot of space, and if you want to eat in private, just walk out to your car and eat there. It's peaceful.
As opposed to hanging out in your car, maybe you could be hanging out somewhere on campus, and we do have other students that may have a club meeting during lunch. We have the cafeteria, different places and things to do that.
Good, bad, or otherwise, the rule is here to stay for now.
The Thespian Society hosts a Cougar coffee house that allows students to share their talents with their fellow classmates.
The most recent show was on February 15th. We decided to hop in and see what went down that night.
The purpose of the coffee house is kind of to give everyone like a time to break from school, bring everyone together, but also let them explore their creative ways and like new ways. It's basically an open mic night, so you can come, we've had poems, we've had songs, we've had dances, so it's really just kind of a way to let the people who aren't necessarily in theater have an outlet for their creativeness.
I feel great just spreading joy and stuff.
because I think it'll be fun.
Well, I perform because I love making an impact on people and making them happy or sad or anything.
I like to entertain people and love to show off my guitar skills.
I'll be singing the Element song by Tom Lehrer, but I'll be doing it in a variety of voices.
Oh, we're gonna be doing a duet together from a musical called Finding Neverland. The song is We're All Made of Stars.
I'm going to be doing a duet between two guys are in love with the same girl. And it's like a comedy song.
I want to sing. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. The next coffee house will be our Francisco Awards. So that one will be in fourth quarter, and it's our big awards night.
Wow, those students are really talented, and I'm sure the audience had a fun time watching.
While we may not offer anything parkour related here at Coronado, Cougars can get involved in the next best thing, rock climbing.
Rock climbing is mentally and physically challenging. Aspects of any sport that is worth looking into. Let's check it out.
One of the main skills I believe that you learn from climbing club is the idea of setting yourself a goal and accomplishing that. When I joined the team, I set a goal to become better as a climber, and I feel like I accomplished that through learning different kinds of techniques and basically getting a new determination from it.
Rock climbing is a fantastic sport. Not only does it really help your body, you're going through all sorts of different movements using muscles that you don't always use. It's really beneficial to your life just overall. You have lots of different friends, meet new people. It's good for your relationships, good for your general well-being, emotional health, all of that. It's fantastic. Competitions in high school are formatted a little differently. There's the top roping, which is a full wall. You go about 50 feet high on a rope, and then there's bouldering as well, which is up to 12, 13 feet, but there's no rope, and it's a little bit harder moves as you go along because you're not going as far.
Students should join climbing club because it's a lot less regimented than other sports. It's a fantastic way to stay active and to get active. It's a lot more fun than other sports because you get to climb on walls and jump from one wall to another wall. It's the most fun sport you could possibly do.
If you want to be a ninja too and make new friends and memories, then consider joining rock climbing next year.
Now let's pass it over to Andrew with sports. Thanks, Andrew. Now let's take a peek at your Cougar sports. It's been about 13 years since the hockey team has been to the state playoffs, but the wait is finally over. The hockey team played Ralston Valley, 9th in the state, on February 21st. It was a hard-fought game by both teams, but the Mustangs had that upper edge to beat our hockey team 10-1. Congrats to the hockey team on making the playoffs this year. Wrestling took over 6th place while KJ Kearns and Stevie DeBelco took 2nd and Jimmy Weaver took state at 182 pounds. Other qualifiers included Angel Flores, Brady Chauvin, Nick Coate, Anthony Ariano Gandy. Congrats to all the wrestlers that made it to state. Girls swimming finished 15th in the 200 medley, while the 200 free relay finished 16th, and Mia Schaefer finished 11th in the 100 fly with a 59.32. Congratulations. That's all for the sports. Back to you guys.
Here at Coronado, we have a student body of over 1,400. It may seem like issues like this only affect a few, but in reality, they affect the morale of everybody.
Well, if a peer is sending very short responses, one-word responses, and they may take hours or days to get back to you, or if when you're talking to them physically speaking to you very bluntly and they're not talking that much, that was definitely a sign. And if they're sleeping a lot, if they don't seem to be laughing a lot or smiling, if even when you're trying to joke with them they seem to be very down and depressed, that would definitely be a very clear sign. There are a lot of counselors here. There are grief counselors too. And if you really think that it's necessary, and if you think that
I mean, it's gotten that serious, then do not hesitate to contact like either the police or their parents or like their close family.
Teen depression affects how a teenager thinks, feels, behaves, and it can cause emotional, functional, and physical problems.
I think some of the things are intuitive. Someone seems sadder, less invested in things that they really cared about earlier. And you can go on and down this list of things that are noticeable. But there are some times where people kind of change their perspective about something, and it doesn't seem like it's necessarily negative, but it's a significant change.
We hope every one of you has an adult here at Coronado you can talk to and confide in.
We have a number of people who are trained to some level with mental health, and that includes me as a social worker, and all of the counselors have had mental health training.
As a friend, please remember, if you are worried about someone, to tell an adult, even if sworn to secrecy. It's important to take care of yourselves, and we need to take care of one another.
I think as the adults in the building, there's a certain amount of trust in students to understand what's going on with each other. And we need to be careful that we don't burden students particularly, but at the same time that we recognize that you're the early warning system for struggling students in our school.
In case no one told you today, you are beautiful, you are loved, you are needed, you are alive for a reason, you are stronger than you think. You will get through this. We are glad you are alive. Don't ever give up.
Thanks, Andrew. You're looking good, man.
Our next segment provides insight into a tough topic, but focuses on some of the resources available for students who may find themselves struggling with depression.
We want to make sure that Coronado is a community for everyone and has resources for students in any situation. Dealing with issues is something that we must do together for the utmost well-being for everyone here.
Faces in the Crowd has had a collection of some of the most wonderful and interesting students here at Coronado.
We found 2 more interesting faces right here in Cougar TV.
I like America. Some part of America, I don't like too much the food, probably because I'm French. But I like so much the landscape in USA, and the high school. It's pretty good too.
I like the different classes that Coronado has, the teachers, and the clubs and sports that it has.
The main thing it's because I want to learn English. I think I like there are many clubs, and it's very interesting because I can meet many people. And I like the classes, many choice and many art class. It's pretty good.
It's different. It has some good things and some bad things, but I like the food, the culture, like the diversity that it has. So
I will miss my friend first, and the landscape still. I love mountains. I don't have mountains where I live.
Probably improve my English, and also to experience a different culture.
Those students may not share all our backgrounds, but they are more than welcome not only to our Cougar TV class, but also to Coronado as a whole.
Well, that wraps up another episode of Cougar TV. I'm Andrew Offerly.
And I'm Janine Aquino. Join us next time to find out what's happening in your hallways. Stay classy, Coronado.
Hey!